What's good with it, y'all? Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Man, y'all do your boy a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Appreciate you. Topic of discussion today, we got on deck, man. We got the Philadelphia 76ers. This team is in full meltdown mode, man. This early into the season, let's get into it. So, obviously the news came out, man. Tyrese Maxey calling out Joel Embiid about him being always late to things, questioning his leadership, but at the same time holding him accountable. You know what I mean? So that's something you want to see from a young player, a young leader like him that just got a max deal. And Tyrese Maxey is stepping up, man. When he out there, you give it his all. So I think a lot of those guys are going to listen to him. He may be young, but at the same time, man, you can't fault him or you can't look at him and say he doesn't give max effort every time he is out there. And he is not injury prone either, so he's been available for many a years now. So it's just right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he is hurt at this point in time, but should be returning soon. News had broke. Everybody hadn't heard of it that the team had called a team meeting to try and iron some things out, get some things figured out, man. Get on the same page and get some act right. Nick Nurse, again, was one of the people, obviously, as the coach, being called out and saying, hey, we need you to be tougher on us and hold us accountable. And obviously, players amongst themselves, saying, coming out and saying as well, holding other players on the team accountable as well. There is no reason we should be seeing this team being 2-11 or 2-12. I can't remember the exact one because I didn't look at the record, but last time I checked, it was 2-11. There's no reason for this team to be 2-11, especially in the East. You got a Joel Embiid who's obviously missed a bunch of games, and the handful of games he's played so far, he's averaging pretty much damn near anywhere from 10 to 15 less points than he typically would. So that's a huge hit. Obviously, again, coming back and dealing with the injuries and dealing with just not looking himself and not looking right, you can see it as clear as day. But at the same time, man, this team is still has enough talent on it to definitely be at least at 500, if not a game or two above 500. You still got Paul George, you got Maxey, you got Kyle Lowry, you got Kelly Oubre. You have some players on this team that's going they're gonna get after it. They're not just gonna allow teams to come in there and just blow the doors off of them. But what are we seeing? We're seeing just that. The Miami Heat, they had them down by double digits and they ended up losing by double digits. So that's something where you look at it, you say, okay, this comes down to an effort thing, comes down to a coaching thing. So for them to call this team meeting to try and get the right the ship and things of that nature, that one or two things can happen. Either the ship gonna continue to sink it, or what I'm saying, they gonna put some max seal on it, and they gonna be able to stay afloat and get the engine going and make it to land and regroup and come back out, man. So they gonna have to figure something out. But this is looking all bad for Joel Embiid. Why do I keep pointing the emphasis or putting emphasis on him? Because he is the clear cut best player of this team. He is the absolute, like, if he's not there, this team ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? If they can make it to the finals, they still not gonna win. Without Joel Embiid, they don't have a chance in hell at winning an NBA championship. Let's just be real about that. We're gonna call it what it is, right? With him, you know what I'm saying, it gives them all the chance and opportunity in the world because he's that good of a player. Like, he means that much to the team. He's that dominant of a player. But it looks bad on his part, man. There ain't no reason that you should be having younger players calling you out, and the fact that you're not taking things as seriously as it is and looking at the opportunity or the window of time that you have. You got Paul George in your team, right? Paul George is probably looking at himself and kicking himself in the ass like, man, I thought I was gonna come here and we was gonna be able to rock out. You know what I mean? Like, I got Maxi, I got Embiid. They ain't gonna be able to stop us because we got two different dynamics where what I mean? You got to be as a big, that's one of the most dominant bigs in the league. You got Maxi, who's one of the up and coming stars, young stars in the league as a guard that can get buckets in a hurry. So you look at it, you say what? He comes in and provide a third or a second option to be able to kind of mix and match and do a bunch of different things. But what we're seeing is nothing of the sort of what the 76ers fan thought they were going to get. They're not getting it. They're not seeing it. And in Philly, that patience is going to run extremely thin. They trusted the process, and the processing got them here to a point where they're 2-11, and you got a player that's seeming as if like he's either trying to inch his way out the back door, or he's going through something, and it's showing in his play and his health and all those type of things. And then you got Paul George there again, who is a decent role player, but at the same time, man, I think Paul George prime days are him leading the bunch or leading the pack and being able to single handedly get you to certain places. those days might be a little bit behind him at this time, man. He looked like, I wouldn't say he's a shell of himself or nothing like that, but I think that as of right now, man, his role is being a 1A or 1B type of player. He ain't gonna be the alpha player or the number one option on the team type person no more. It's kind of the writings on the wall a little bit there, seeing it. So it's up to Philly to figure this out, man. Nick Nurse he got to dig deep and figure out how the hell he can maximize his roster. Again, holding these players accountable, starting with Joel Embiid, and then obviously a lot of it is them this team getting healthy. They need to get healthy in order for them to get right. So they got to do what they got to do in order to do that. You know what I mean? So again, having an open line of communication with the team when you have your stars holding the other stars accountable, it can either work in the favor of strengthening the relationship, the bond and chemistry of the team, or it can come back and bite you in the ass where it's like now you got one player that's mentally fragile that's going to be resentful of the other player holding them accountable. So we got to wait and see how this thing unfolds and how it plays out with how this team's going to respond from this, man. But I'm hoping they respond with it in kind where they lock in and get right. Just because, like again, having that three-headed monster like that, I want to see every team at their absolute best and see the best competition on the court at all times. So that's what I want to see personally for me. But y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. How do y'all feel about this whole issue being brought out to the forefront and being placed in front and center on the team? People, them coming out saying this and that. How do y'all feel about the Sixers team? Do y'all think it's gonna work out, or do y'all think it's already over and done with before it even got started? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man, and I'll respond to each and every one of y'all. Y'all do your boy a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you wish to support the channel, you see that information right there at the bottom of the screen. It's in the description as well. Feel free to leave a super thanks. If you don't know what that is, back out, hit the like button. Four icons over to the right. See where it says thanks. Click that. Follow the instructions, and you can support the channel that way, man. But again, I appreciate y'all coming through. I'll be back at y'all with another one. With that said, we out of here. Y'all stay healthy, stay safe. We gone, y'all.